All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Pipe Bomb City, and welcome to another breaking news video here, guys. My second ever UFC video, and we're talking about a major announcement here. Cormier has a new opponent for UFC 200, and before I get into that, all right, Jon Jones has been suspended. I'm pretty sure, he's been out of the main event for about 1 or 2 days now after being flagged by the USA DA for potential anti-doping policy violation, making Lesnar versus Mark Hunt the new main event for the biggest show in UFC history. Holy shit, I got a lot of things to talk about with you guys right now, all right? But getting into this video, all right, I don't want to sound like a jackass because the last UFC video I made, number one, a few things I noticed. All right, see, I'm already twisting up. A few things I noticed. One, it's my most disliked video, and two, it's my most viewed video, and three, it's one of my most liked videos. Okay, that was pretty weird to me. How a UFC video just came like that. It's really interesting. But again, I'm fine with having lots of views. I'm fine with having lots of likes. My problem, I got a lot of dislikes. So if anyone here thinks I sound like a jackass, just tell me in the comments. Just be like, you're a jackass and you don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. I get it. WWE guy comes on here. I have been watching UFC, I think, probably about 7 or 8 months now. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I think I've attached onto this sport very quickly. But hey, if you guys, you UFC fans, feel like I don't know what I'm talking about and I shouldn't be on here, don't hate. All right, I'm just trying to make this video here. Getting into this, all right, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video and check out my Instagram at PipeBombCity. But getting into this, guys, all right, let's go in order here of what happened. Jon Jones, again, kicked out of the UFC main event. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never liked Jon Jones. I've not been a fan of him at all. Coincidentally, one of my favorites of all time is Daniel Cormier, okay, which is interesting to me. Of course, the perfect rivalry. The guy I like the most in the UFC and the guy I don't like the most in the UFC. And that's fine. I respect both guys, like or hate. But Jones, the main reason I didn't like him, just again, the shit he's done outside the octagon, I'm not even going to go over all of it. I pretty much know all the shit he's done, and I just can't stand it. It may sound cliche. Oh, this guy loves Cormier, so he's going to quote everything he says. I agree with him here. All right, I'm not trying to sound like a suck ass, but the reason is just because how someone could be blessed with this opportunity to win titles and be the greatest of all time, and then you just fuck it up. I don't understand that. Oh my God, Diaz said everyone's on fucking steroids. I don't even know what to say about that. But again, Jones is out of the UFC 200 main event. As much as I hate Jones, or hate's a strong word. As much as I just don't like Jones, okay, he was pretty much the reason I was going to buy UFC 200. So I waited 1 or 2 days. Of course, this news has been out for a little bit now, 1 or 2 days. And you might notice that I didn't make a video on it. This is a bit late now. Everyone already knows this. So why are you doing it now? I really felt like if I just came right as soon as it happened, the news broke, I would have come on here and I would have been enraged, and then I would regret what I've said probably the day after. So I've soaked it all in. I made up my mind. At first, I was like, I'm not going to buy UFC 200 because the only reason, okay, I wanted to see Lesnar versus Hunt. I wanted to see Aldo versus Edgar. Okay, but the main reason was because I wanted to see Cormier versus Jones too. And I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, well, if they announce an opponent for Cormier, I'll buy it. And if they don't, well, I'll just refresh my Twitter feed. Okay, that's pretty much how it's going to go. So pretty much what happened, of course, about a day later, press conference comes up. Anderson Silva is announced to be the opponent for Daniel Cormier. And before I get into that, let's just talk about this Jon Jones thing. What's in the future for him? Of course, no longer the interim champion. Cormier still the champion. He finally has an opponent. Jones, I don't know if he'll be back. I don't know when he'll be back. But this could be the last straw. I don't know what's going to happen in his future. But we'll just have to wait and see. A possible return, of course, is probably down the road. The guy's only 28. But getting into Cormier, Cormier's here facing Anderson Silva. It's going to be fucking great. One of the greatest of all time versus the current light heavyweight champion and arguably one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time, pound for pound number 7 in the world. And it's going to be a great fight. 33-7 versus 17-1. I really think this fight has a lot of potential. I think Anderson Silva is a great opponent. You know, everyone was saying Michael Bisping, Michael Bisping. I feel like Michael Bisping. That would be very interesting to see, and I would probably want to see that. I would buy to see that. But Anderson Silva is a fine pick. I think it's going to be a great fight, honestly. You know, who's going to win? I don't know. Okay, usually if Cormier was mentally prepared for this fight, I would say Cormier. But really looking at this, you know, last time we saw Silva was I think 198. You know, but looking at Cormier, if you focus on one person, okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there might be, but I get it. He's looking to fight Jones. That was the main goal. So if you're focusing on this one person, this one person, this one person for one final showdown at one night, and you just prepare for that for months, and then all of a sudden, 2 days before, it's like, nope, well, he's not fighting anymore. Of course, I saw the press conference where Cormier was talking about it. Just seemed devastated as fuck, you know? And then one day before, you have Anderson Silva announced, one of the best in the heavyweight division, one of the greatest of all time. How do you adjust to that? Because I really don't know. I don't even know who I'm fucking asking right now. But it seems crazy to me if Cormier comes out with a win. I think, of course, Cormier could win. I, of course, think Silva could win. But I don't know if accepting a fight one day before is a smart move. I don't know. Well, Michael Bisping took a fight, I think, a week before, and he's the fucking middleweight champion now. So I don't know, you know? But I think it's fine for Cormier. Pretty much, if that fight didn't happen and it was just some other thing, I really wouldn't have bought this pay-per-view. But I changed my mind, I think, probably last night. You know, once this was announced, I'm like, all right, well, it's not Cormier versus Jones 2, because that would have been fucking amazing. But Silva, that's fine, because it's going to be a great fight. I still get to see Lesnar versus Hunt. You got the women's title fight. Got Aldo versus Edgar. It's going to be great. You know. Also, I must say, Eddie Alvarez won the title last night. Holy shit. I'm so happy. I fucking love Alvarez. I'm so happy. He's the new lightweight champion, you know, and that kid's got a great future. Beat Dos Anjos, and it's great. That was on fight night last night, all right? But getting into the final thing I want to say here, Lesnar versus Hunt is the new main event. That's really interesting to me because you have a fucking WWE guy, and, you know, I probably can't say much. I'm a WWE fan, but the WWE guy versus the number 8 heavyweight in the world. No one would have probably predicted that this would be the main event for the biggest card of the year. All right, there's nothing wrong with Mark Hunt. There's nothing wrong with Brock Lesnar. But it seems weird to me, you know? I think it's going to be a great fight. I think it's unpredictable. You know, you could have fucking 1, Lesnar kicks Mark's ass, or 2, Mark fucking knocks out Lesnar in the first round, or 3, it goes all 3 rounds, and maybe it's a decision. I don't know. You know, it's very unpredictable. I think that's what makes it a great fight. It's a great draw. Lesnar certainly getting my buy here. And, you know, and I'm a WWE fan. I guess that's what I do. The stereotype is true. But again, the main reason I was going to buy this shit, Cormier versus Jones too. But you know what, man? If that's the main event, I'm fine with it. I love how Lesnar main evented UFC 100. Now here he is, comes back for 200, and he's main eventing it again. I think it's great. I'm looking forward to Aldo versus Edgar, the interim featherweight title. Conor said in a press conference he is the featherweight champion right now. He will come back to the division once he's done with Diaz, and that's great. So either Aldo or Edgar is going to face Conor McGregor, probably in 2017. I think that's going to be fucking amazing. You know, I'd love to see Aldo versus McGregor too, you know, because the first time it was really all mind games, and then Aldo gets knocked out in the first few seconds. So I would love to see Aldo win this title, the interim title, and then go on and face McGregor. I think that'd be great. McGregor again versus Diaz too. I think it's like August 20th this year, and that's going to be great, you know. So again, pretty much everything I went over. You know, Jones is suspended, Cormier is facing Silva, and the new main event. That's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so very much for watching this video here. This is my second ever UFC video. As I said in the beginning of the video, I don't want to sound like a jackass who pretends like he knows everything. If I sound like that, I am sorry. But the last UFC video I made, of course, there were a lot of likes, but there were a lot of dislikes, and that bothered me. You know, so if I'm doing something wrong here when I make these UFC videos, just tell me. I'll stop making them, you know. But I really wanted to talk about this. I thought it was pretty exciting news. Well, not exciting, but it was important to me, you know. So thank you guys so very much for watching. This is Pipe Bomb City. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out my Instagram and subscribe. And thank you guys so very much. I will see you all next time.